Beer time. And I am on my fabulous front porch watching a host of squirrels gather up the acorns that I brought home from the campground. We're having a mast year at the campground. A mast year means the trees produce way, way more than they usually produce of acorns. So I figured if I was going to be living inside of a set of metal maracas, the least I could do is gather up some of these nuts and bring them back for my local buddies. So I see right now there's a pile of acorns down there. It's probably about 300 acorns in a pile at the bottom of a tree, and I have 5 squirrels within sight distance of me. Anyway, let's get to the beer. The beer that I have is one of those big bad Baptistes from Epic Brewing, one of those fabulous Imperial Stouts, whiskey barrel aged. This is called the Big Bad Baptiste, or Baptist, Cinnamon Roll. Ooh, cinnamon roll. I love cinnamon rolls. I become very Homer Simpson when there are cinnamon rolls around. This is an Imperial Stout aged in whiskey barrels with cacao nibs and cinnamon bun flavor. Sticky and sweet, this classic breakfast treat dressed with icing to make your mouth melt. Cinnamon and sugar, none of the guilt. Sunday brunch will never be the same. And of course, it is brewed and packaged by Epic Brewing Company, Salt Lake City, Utah. Government warning: don't dress up like a clown and skydive off the Sears Tower if you're pregnant and drinking. So, anyway, we're gonna crack this sucker open. Ouch! And we're gonna serve it out of our Fez Meats beer mug. So I will begin the pour. And since this is dark, I'm going to move it away from me. Oh my God, all of it went in. None of it is on the ground. None of it. Ooh, look how black it is. It's like it's an Imperial Stout or something. And 16 ounces. Right there, baby. Yeah. Oh, I'm going to set that down with the one hand so I could transfer the can to someplace that's not going to blow away. Because there was some wind while I was pouring. So, anyway, let's give this thing a sniffing glass. I smell a lot of molasses. I don't smell cinnamon, but I smell a lot of molasses, which is it's not really molasses. It's the smell that you get when wort and malt mix together, and sort of grainy, sort of sweet smelling, like molasses is, but it's not really molasses. It's just an effect. So, well, let's tuck in and see what we got here, baby. Wow. Well, that is an Imperial Stout. I tell you that. It's an Imperial Stout. It's not as sweet as I thought it would be, but man, that is crazy. It has the whole lingering cinnamon bun icing thing in your mouth when you're done with the swallow. It actually is long after the swallow. 6 squirrels now. All right, I'm actually going to turn this so you can see the pile when we're done. So, going back in, I'm going to try some more. That is smooth. It is a big flavorful beer because that's what you get out of an Imperial Stout, but it is not quite the mouth punch that others of this brewery have put forth. This is really very, very good. I mean, this is most Imperial Stouts are like a one and done thing. I can see drinking more than one of these. Maybe it's because I just love cinnamon roll, but All right, so let's go back in, and then I can describe the swallow for you. So the first thing you get is you get the flavor of the roast of the grains when it enters your mouth. That's the first flavor that you get. Then you right on the tail of that, all of the cocoa, the cacao nibs, if you will, that comes through, and then I gotta go back in. All right, so then after the cacao nibs, there's like just a hint of a wash of some bitterness, and then it just disappears and smooths out to that cinnamon icing flavor. That's not sweet. It's actually just a lingering effect, like, oh, I had cinnamon buns a little while ago, kind of thing. You know, very tasty, very good beer. Of course, I am a big fan of Epic Brewing. They've got a fabulous set of beer. Most of the ones I've ever had from them are Imperial Stout. I'm not even sure if they make anything else besides that, but Epic Brewing makes a fine product. I will say that right off the bat. So, heard some sort of dropping noise, and I'm looking around at all these squirrels, going, "What are you guys planning?" Anyway, I let's ask the questions. If I saw this in the store, would I pick it up? Oh, dang right I would. Sorry for hitting the microphone. I forget it's there. Um, Dang right I would pick this up at the store. Cinnamon roll, very tasty. And I've got some Imperial Stout fans that are in my friend circle. Matt, talking about you, buddy. That I think would adore this. So, um, if someone handed this to me at a party, I would ask them what kind of budget they had for the beer, because I know that this is not inexpensive beer. It's not. Epic Imperial Stout, they charge an appropriate amount of money for it. And when I say appropriate, I mean that. It's not overpriced, but it is not a cheap beer. So, if you are an Imperial Stout fan and you want to treat yourself, pick one of these up. And this one I got at Tenuta's Deli in Kenosha. So I will put their information down there in case people want to come in and see what other kinds of beers they have. They've got an excellent variety of beers and other things as well. When I was there with my friend Tall Paul, I saw canned wine coolers from this winery from my childhood. It's out of Baraboo called the Von Stiel Winery. And they used to just make apple and cherry wines. And it was the first place in my life where I ever had that port wine cheese. It was actually homemade there at the winery, and I quickly became addicted to that stuff. I tell you what, man. So, but they had that in cans at this place. They had all sorts of beers and wines and wine coolers, and in addition to that, they're one of the best outfitted delis I have ever been to. So just letting you know, they've got the stuff, baby. So um, I am going to finish this out here on the front porch with my hundreds of squirrel buddies now, who all seem to be absent the moment I talk about them. They're all gone. But I will uh, happily finish this out here on the porch. And I see you guys next time I got a beer to share. But first off, I'm going to grab this and I'm going to rotate you so that you could see the bottom of my pine tree where all of those acorns are for those squirrels. So, anyway, I will see you guys next time I got a beer to share. And hopefully the weather will hold out so I can keep doing these outside. Maybe my whole house will be picked up by a tornado and moved someplace warm, so I won't have to stop doing these because winter's coming. Love you, kids. Talk to you later.